Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Huddle,
where we talk about football.
I'm Levi Jenkins, as you know. Alongside with me is Elijah Coer. So you might be wondering, if you even do listen, where were we last week? Well, we did record an episode, but by the time Elijah even started to edit the episode, so much had already happened, so much had already changed, and basically our entire Steel Curtain session was junk.
Yeah, and nothing.
The trade for Justin Fields, which we will get into later on in this episode. So we did have an episode last week. We just didn't release it because it was all irrelevant.
Yes.
So welcome back. This is the first episode of season 3.
Yay.
So season 3 will, consist of the off season into the draft and up until the beginning of the 2024-2025 season. We got a fun episode planned for you guys today. Elijah, rundown. What's the playbook?
So we're going to do NFL news, as always, and then we're going to do winners and losers of free agency week 1, followed by CPAC Reacts, and then obviously we're going to end it with Steel Curtain Session. So I say let's hop right into some NFL news. Levi, take it away.
Yeah, so Chase Young, former Super Bowl runner-up, that's even a title, 2020 Defensive Rookie of the Year, goes down to New Orleans. He will sign with the Saints. The Bengals, they sign offensive tackle Trent Brown, so they got him on one side and Orlando Brown on the other. Joe Burrow is a happy man. Jerry Jeudy signs an extension with the Browns, a whopping 3 years for $58 million. They're just handing out free money over there in Cleveland.
That's what they do. That's he'll probably not even play.
Probably not. Mike Williams, he joins the New York Jets. Him and Aaron Rodgers, that will be an interesting combo to see coming up. Elijah, some Cowboys news. What's happened?
Yeah, about the only thing that has happened to them. They release Gallup and Van Der Esch, and Van Der Esch also retires after 6 seasons in the NFL.
That's so sad. That is what happened, but he was good. I liked him.
Yeah. And then finally, the right now, as of recording, owners are voting or will be voting on new kickoff rules. Very interesting ones. I read them up. I'm not going to go over them right now because obviously they're just voting on it, and if it does pass, we'll go over it. But right now, they're just voting, so we'll save that for another time. But
we need Devin Hester moments back in the NFL.
I don't know with these rules though. To be honest, I don't know if that's going to happen. But
but still, hopefully some changes are going to be made.
Yeah. All right.
But that is your NFL news of this week. So let's get into the first week of free agency. We're gonna start with winners or losers.
Okay.
No, I was asking.
I thought you said we are going to. Let's just start with the winners.
Yeah, let's start with the winners.
Because winners are first anyway. So.
Not the Packers.
What are the Seahawks? They
Seahawks got a better draft pick, buddy.
Okay, sure. Okay, whatever.
Now it pays off to be bad. All right, Elijah, go ahead. So, real quick, we'll just name off the teams for you guys. Our winners for free agency week 1, we have the Atlanta Falcons, the Chicago Bears, part of the Bears, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We won't get too far into the Steelers because that's what the Steel Curtain Session is for. But Elijah, talk about some of the winners from free agency so far.
So Falcons, they obviously made a huge signing at quarterback. Kirk Cousins signed him to a 4-year deal. And that's huge because that's what they were lacking last year, as well as coaching, which they got a new coach too. So that's good. And of course they got Darnell Mooney, previously on the Bears. Bears.
Yep. Bears.
And he's a pretty decent receiver. He's a great number 2 for Drake London, maybe even a number 1 if he gets the chances. They also got Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson. So their offense is looking really good. Yeah, their defense was good last year, and their offense should be good this year. So look out for their stuff.
Bring back Todd Gurley.
I don't know about that, but go ahead. You can take the next one.
Yeah, so for the Chicago Bears, made some big moves. They traded for Keenan Allen, who just surpassed 10,000 career receiving yards this past season, has by far been one of the most consistent wide receivers over the past, several seasons, decade. I don't care what you say. He, I think, is a great receiver. They got him all for a 5th-round pick.
Wow.
So Chargers, I don't know not necessarily what you were doing there. And of course, this has been news out for a couple weeks now, but DeAndre Swift, they added him to their roster as well. So some big moves on that offense. Obviously now, with them getting rid of Justin Fields, it almost seems obvious that Caleb Williams will be taken number 1 overall.
Yep.
But let's see what they end up doing. Definitely rules out the possibility of Marvin Harrison Jr. going number 1 overall after getting Keenan Allen. So,
Yep.
things pretty interesting up there in Chi-Town.
Yeah, I hate it. But you know what? We're still going to beat them twice.
Buddy.
Let's move on to the Philadelphia Eagles. They had a terrible end to their season, but they are looking to change it with new coaches and new players, such as Saquon Barkley, the Penn State alum and former Giant, who was their rival. Speaking of, let's do like a quick little talk about the rivalry signings going on this.
Unreal. The NFL has lost all. The Steelers traded Deontay Johnson to the Panthers because we didn't want to trade him to an AFC team because the Chiefs were giving us a good offer.
Yeah.
Over here in the NFC, you guys have no well, I guess I'm an NFC team too, but particularly in the NFC North, zero dignity. You guys don't care. You are like, I will turn my back on you. I don't care. Wherever the money's at, that's where I'm going.
Hey, there's still some in the. I mean, the Bengals took Geno Stone from the Ravens, and the Steelers took Patrick Queen. Obviously, I mean, they're still going
It's
around.
happening all over the place, and I love it. I love it. Who cares about divisions? If you're leaving your team and you go to a divisional rival, you got to prove yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the biggest player now going to be playing a former divisional team is Devin Bush. Cleveland Browns. He cannot wait to get ran over 2 times a year by Najee Harris.
Dude, that's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, Eagles. They also got TJ Gardner-Johnson back, who was played with them when they were in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs.
Yes, they're fans.
Oh man.
And okay, before we move on, probably the biggest move as well. I mean, you're looking at an Eagles team that struggled last season. People were saying Sirianni's job might be in what's it called?
Jeopardy.
Yeah, jeopardy a little bit after that late season crash. Everybody's like, Jalen Hurts, is he really the guy? We lost Jason Kelsey, so no more tush push. You know what that means.
Oh,
Kenny freaking Pickett. Winning the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Nick Foles 2.0, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I guarantee you Pickett. No, he might just crash his way out of the league.
Let's be honest.
Anyways, Kenny Pickett.
QB1
for the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, and let's segue that into the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, obviously we're going to talk about them later, but we'll just mention the names. We got Russell Wilson, which was one of the first things of free agency.
Other than them announcing they were releasing him, I think it was like the first big move.
I was up at 12 o'clock when that happened. I saw it at 12. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I wake up the next morning and like I went on Instagram and I saw it. And then I didn't see like any of the text from Elijah. He's like, no. I'm like, yes.
Dude.
Yes.
We'll talk about it later. But yeah, we also got Justin Fields in a good trade and Patrick Queen, as well as a new punter. But I keep forgetting his name because he's kind of irrelevant. But
Brandon Anderson, something like that.
I think it's Johnson. I think something Johnson.
Yeah.
But he looks like Bill Burr. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah.
And then of course we got Dante Jackson and Van Jefferson. And we're looking to make maybe some more trades in the wide receiver.
Re-signed Montravius Adams too.
That is true, and Miles Cobrew. So we're looking pretty good right now. But
I remember his name, Cameron Johnson.
That's what it is. Yep.
He's pretty good too.
Yeah, he's like the highest paid punter or one of them now.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but anyway. Now let's move on to losers. I'll let you start because you are a loser, Levi. So why don't you take it away?
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. No
the Bills literally cut everybody. Josh Allen is the starting defensive tackle, defensive end, linebacker, outside linebacker, cornerback, not safety because they still got DeMar Hamlin.
That's true.
But no, the Bills literally cut half of their roster. I mean, yeah, you got to clear up some space, but we've talked about it before, and we flashed back to it before. We talked mid-season when we were like, are the Bills even going to make the playoffs? We're like, is this it for McDermott? Is this it for Josh Allen? And they turned their season around. were like they have an actual chance to win a Super Bowl. They sold against the Chiefs,
As always.
and they just let half of their defense go.
Yep.
So
I mean, that's
Diggs.
Yeah.
To be honest, Diggs is a crybaby. He is.
Yeah. I mean, he deserves
that's
better.
all-
Come on, he deserves
He
a
does, but and then you look at Josh Allen. He said he wanted traded too.
well.
He's putting that out.
Yeah.
He's not demanding a trade, but he's saying, "Look, I don't really have a team around me right now." But the Bills, I mean, they are absolute losers. They really have done nothing. Nothing that I can even think about. I mean, Gabe Davis is making a crap ton of money over there in Jacksonville.
They lost their center too. Yeah, they got
Jacksonville signing their mid receivers that
Yep.
pop off and are ever big.
That's how they do. That's
But-
how they do.
Yeah,
Oh,
right
man.
now, man, these Bills not in a great spot, especially of how good this division can end up being next year. If Tua keeps on taking steps towards being a better quarterback, the Jets getting Aaron Rodgers back, and the Patriots maybe getting Jaden Daniels or Drake May.
To be honest, all those names, none of those like made me scared at all. Old Aaron Rodgers,
No,
Tua,
but
and
when you're
Jaden
talking about the
Daniels.
divisional wise,
No,
you're
you're
talking about the divisional wise.
right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That can be scary.
All right. Well,
Bills.
yeah,
First loser of free agency.
yeah, and as many people might know if they watched that episode, that is Connor Bradley's, a friend of the show. That's one of his favorite teams. But I wanted.
Friend, it's a loose term.
I'm a man of segues, so I tried to segue that into the Broncos, which is his other favorite team, and
Yeah.
they are very much losers. Also, losing a lot of money for Russell Wilson. Now they had to cut him.
Everything.
Justin
They've lost everything.
Justin Simmons is gone. Who else? I mean, they re-signed Tim Patrick, but great. And that's about it. I mean, they're so much in debt from Russell Wilson, so I feel like it's gonna be a little bit till they get better. I'm sorry
Right.
to say, Broncos fans, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
That's it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the Cowboys, they did absolutely nothing except sign a long snapper and cut Gallup and Van Der Esch. So they're also losers. I mean, it's
Well, we already knew that.
yeah.
but
I mean, we knew that, but it's just like I wanted to say it
when
again.
Jerry Jones says, we're all in.
They're
this
all in.
offseason.
They're all in.
Yeah, Cowboys. All I can say is it's their year, bud.
It's their year.
to win
It
the
is.
Super Bowl.
It really is their year.
Just wait for the wild card week, guys. Just wait. Also, the Los Angeles Chargers. For a fact, Harbaugh is gonna try to make this the
Yeah,
Los Angeles.
I know. It's
Wolverines.
Exactly.
They're drafting Blake Corum.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He will trade up for the first overall pick to take JJ McCarthy.
Dude.
They're taking Chris Jenkins. They're gonna take Roman Wilson.
Dude. It literally like that's literally what he's
breaking
gonna
news,
do.
I just got a notification.
What's that?
Chargers are trading for Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, no Eckler, no Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams. All they got is Josh
That
Palmer.
means no Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
either.
honestly, he's gonna be. I mean, Steelers. Hey, I mean,
Or
I know we
Herbie.
got two. I knew we got two quarterbacks right now, but Jay Herbie, I'll take him.
Going from Pickett, Trubisky, and Rudolph to Wilson, Fields, and Herbert.
All
Oh
the
my
same
goodness,
Oh my gosh,
that's wild.
dude, I love it.
And Herbert would be the only guy we're actually like paying money for.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways, Chargers,
Yes.
terrible, awful,
Bad.
Just,
Not good for you guys.
no,
But
honestly, I'm bringing back Brandon Staley.
no. He can stay on the 49ers. I need the Packers to beat him at least once. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then finally Seahawks. They suck. All right, and that segues us
Okay.
into.
Oh yeah, sure. No.
Let's go. You get your
wanted to
minute
add
ready.
that on the list. What?
You're gonna start your minute in 3, 2,
Oh, okay.
1, go.
Sweet. I don't usually go first, but Seahawks made some decent moves. They signed Kayvon Wallace. He's a safety. Got
Who?
Jonathan Hankins,
Who?
defensive tackle from the Cowboys. Signed Jermaine Art
Who?
Crum Jr.
Who? I know none of these names.
He's a guard.
Okay.
It was Jordan Love's birthday the other day.
Oh, nice.
We traded for Sam Howell. I'm not going to say he's the future of the team, but I am. Like, if I had to have a third team, it would be the Commanders. I don't know why.
I thought your
love
third team
Terry
was the
McLaurin.
Bengals. Wait, who's your first team then? I'm so confused with this
The
time.
Bengals are my first.
Oh,
Bengals,
what are the
Seahawks,
Steelers?
Commanders.
Wait, okay,
What?
whatever.
Steelers is a necessity because I live here.
All right, fair
No,
enough.
I'm joking. But there's Sam Howell and decent trade for that. But probably the biggest move the Seahawks have made is signing a middle linebacker. Finally, we got Jerome Baker. Can't complain, but there were so many guys that were available. I wouldn't have been mad if Patrick Queen ended up there, but all we now is maybe just sign a safety, and I think we're set. But other than that, Seahawks, it's been just a mid off season in my opinion. So
Great. All right.
go 12.
My turn. Packers. You signed Josh Jacob, and we had the greatest running back duo in league history for about maybe a day.
25 minutes.
About 25 minutes.
Oh my
And
god.
then we got Aaron Jones, which is the worst day of my life. I love Aaron Jones. He's the heart of this team. But now he's a
Elijah's had
Viking.
a bad past
Dude,
season.
I have, bro. I almost
traded
fell into
Kenny.
depression, bro.
Got Russell Wilson.
Dude, it's been a rough one. But anyway,
Next thing you know, Bo Melton
dude.
is gonna be a Saint or something.
No, please no, don't say that. Anyway, so we ended up getting and why can't I think of his name? Because
Xavier McKinney.
Xavier
Come on,
McKinney. I don't know why that didn't come to me. But anyway, that's awesome. I'm so happy for that. And then we also re-signed Nixon, and we also I think that's it actually. But
bud. Even AJ Dillon, right?
oh, we
He's
did re-sign
expected
AJ
to
Dillon. I kind
re-sign,
of like to
yeah.
forget about that. But anyway, we're still the Packers. We're still going to be a great team next year. Look out, Super Bowl team. I'm happy for the most part, besides Aaron Jones going to the Vikings. But yeah, that's my pack react.
And no, who was Simone Biles' husband? What's his
Jonathan
name?
Owens. He went
Yeah,
somewhere
he signed
else.
with the Bears,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They
You guys
steal
are
all the
crazy.
Packers. I mean, they have Robert Tunyon. They got Jonathan Owens. They got Equinemius St. Brown. All like the not very good Packers they like to sign. But anyway,
So like Jordan Love will probably end up a Bear.
no, I said the not very good ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
To like your entire receiving core that I love to death, but still I'm gonna make fun of.
All right, here we go.
Okay. You know what? You don't want to laugh at my jokes. I'm not gonna sing this episode.
All right, fine.
It's all you want.
Here we go. Steelers.
Steelers.
Oh, now you're back
Here we
in.
go.
Let
Russell Wilson's gonna cook on his stove.
Let's
That's-
weld. All right.
We still got it.
Shut up. So let's just break it down.
What?
Time.
Okay. No. First off.
No,
First
let
of
me.
all.
No, let me.
First of all.
You don't get to say. Let me.
Let's
Let's break down.
Omar cook.
Okay, fine. Sure. Say
Let
that.
him cook.
Okay, let's break it down from the timeline.
Dude.
Oh.
I'm trying to like.
We'll get to that. Let me do this. Let me have
This
this.
is the Steel Curtain session, buddy.
Yeah.
We're talking about Steelers, and I'm starting it off by saying let our owner cook.
Okay, great.
So then we develop
He's not-
into a conversation about all the moves we have made so far this
Okay,
season.
but no, I'm saying we're doing it different today. We're doing timeline wise. The Sunday night at 12 a.m. we sign Russell Wilson.
Well, not exactly.
Yes.
We announced we were signing him.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Sure.
You're talking about on March 13th?
Whatever day that was, the Sunday before Monday. Before.
Anyways, my goodness.
Okay, so we signed. I mean, we announced that we're signing Russell Wilson,
Yeah.
and so now we're thinking Russell Wilson, Kenny Pickett, who's a starter. So everything seems to be Russell Wilson will be our starter. So then, Kenny Pickett gets a little bit mad. And then,
A little is an understatement.
yeah, that's true. Then who do we sign, or who do we announce that we're going to sign after that, Levi?
We announced we were going to get Patrick Queen,
Ooh,
and a linebacker.
yes.
Love him.
Love
He's an LSU Pookie.
And anyway, he is good, and we like him now. Also, he said stuff about Mike Tomlin earlier in the year, so it's kind of funny now. But anyway,
Right.
Hold
No, hold up. The thing I love about him the most is like he said he wants to be the villain.
yeah,
I feel like we've needed a guy like I
James
know
Harrison.
we got
We need a James Harrison again.
right, and I know we have George Pickens, who is more like a
He's more of a menace than a villain.
yeah, he's more of a menace than a villain. But nah, I'm happy we got a guy that he wants when he tackles he wants blood.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I like him a lot. He's a great player. So Patrick Queen, terrific move, and we're not really overpaying him a lot much.
No, you're right.
So, I mean, we got the most expensive defense in the league that could come back to bite us. But if our time's to win a Super Bowl, it's probably these next couple seasons.
Yep. All right, and then
which I would have not said. Well, I wouldn't have said that if Kenny Pickett was still a quarterback.
All right, so that is not good for you to say because I still believe. But anyway, later in the week, Deontay Johnson gets traded to the Panthers for a draft switch and Dante Jackson, cornerback, which is what we needed. So that's very good. Oh, also they cut Keanu Neal at some point. I don't remember when it was, but anyway.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so what would you grade this trade? Would you have rather us gone with another option and like try to get Deontay for Snead?
Well, I don't think that was gonna happen, honestly.
Right.
I mean, straight up, obviously, it's not gonna happen like that. We'd have to give a few more picks than that.
So we were trying to just stay neutral or win a trade rather than trade for.
Yeah, I think we could have gotten more out of it, to be honest. I think Dante Jackson's a good player, but I feel like his level compared to Deontay... Wait, who did I just say? Dante Jackson, yeah, is a good player, but compared to Deontay Johnson, I think Deontay's a little bit higher on the player, you know what I mean? Like, he's a little bit better of a player.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But, no, I respect... Here's the thing. Deontay didn't really want to be here.
No, you're right.
And Tomlin doesn't have that. You don't want to be here. He's like, great. He's not going to pity you. Be like, no, please stay. He's like, you don't want to be here? Goodbye. We will get draft capital. We will get better players. We will address our depth chart needs if you don't want to be here. And he has no issue with that.
Yeah.
So, no. I mean, Deontay, he's great. He scored one of the bigger touchdowns, I guess, in that game against the Bills.
Yeah. I mean, just look at
the kind of
looking at his stats, like from his career. His rookie year, he had 5 touchdowns. That was when Ben was hurt.
Right.
680 yards. That's pretty good. Next year, 7 touchdowns. That was that 2020 season that we don't talk about anymore. 2021. Was that Ben's final year? I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
He got 8 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards. So that was his best year. And then obviously 2022, no touchdowns, 800 yards. And then this past year's 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. He was hurt a little bit. So he's been pretty consistent.
I don't even think we can say 2020. I forget what year it was, but he had that. I think it was 2021. He dropped so many balls.
He did. No, that was the end of 2020 into the start of 2021.
And you just look, he's the only receiver that catches a ball.
Yeah.
And goes backwards.
Yep.
He's like me on Madden trying to hurt over 5 guys at the same time.
Yeah.
While doing a spin move midair. Like, dude, just go forward. Get the first down.
Yeah.
And he just plays around with the ball too much. Sometimes it's less important to get the big play and just get what needs to get done.
Yeah.
And Bryce Young can have fun with him.
So would you say you're more happy that he's left, or are you more like...
No, because I respected Deontay.
Okay.
I think on his day, Deontay is a top... I'd say he's a top 10 route runner in the league.
Yeah, no, he definitely is. You're right about that.
I think he has the mindset sometimes, but we saw moments that he was a little lazy this past year.
Yep.
It's just a new feel on the team too.
Yeah.
With everybody that's been signed, it's a new feel.
Yep.
But I can't say I'm super happy, but we addressed the need, and I think Dante Jackson, who's still fairly young, with a Joey Porter Jr., maybe a new guy in the draft too, we could be a solid team going forward.
I agree.
Even with Corey Trice Jr.
Yeah, maybe if he
coming back.
Yep.
So.
Also, fun fact: I just found out that Deontay Johnson's middle name is Lamarcus. Deontay Lamarcus Johnson. But anyway.
Thank you for that ESPN stat.
Yeah.
You know, Deontay Johnson is the only player with the middle name Lamarcus to not score a touchdown in the NFL season.
That's crazy. All right. So then after that, of course, it's Friday. I just got on the bus, sit on my phone, and I get a notification, and I was heartbroken. Kenny Pickett was traded to the Eagles. I was actually really mad. I know you were definitely happy, right? What were you thinking at the time?
So I was like, dude, like I don't know, is this because I wanted Russ to start, but I liked Kenny as a player. We all wanted him to do good, but now, and I'm not trying to say like we're all turning our back on him, and I know he just got traded, but a lot of videos, a lot of articles started to get released honestly how much of a baby this guy
Dude,
really
no,
is.
you're right. And how?
And he's the coach's. It was almost like he's the coach's son that is terrible, but he's still gonna play anyways. And it was like even the interview last year where they were like, "Have you learned anything sitting on the sideline?" He's like, "No."
Yeah,
Like if you're gonna cry, you're not even that good. First of all,
that's true. Yeah,
and you're gonna cry that you're not getting to play. And then there was reports of him not wanting to suit up week 17 because he knew he wasn't gonna play.
yeah.
Um, and then
And
he said that he thought he handled his own business fine in this trade. No, 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 no. You did not even want to go up against competition with a guy like Russell Wilson, who honestly is not at the level he was even 2 years ago. Who might not even be that good. Who
yeah,
might lose the starting job
you,
to Justin Fields halfway through the season.
yeah, he had a better chance with Russell Wilson than he has with Jalen Hurts. It
Right.
doesn't.
And
It
that's
makes
where
zero sense.
you cannot be a quarterback in the NFL and not want competition.
Yeah,
And that reflects I guess what we were talking about in last week's episode that obviously was never put out about how he's not a leader.
no, you're
Um
right.
he's more of a quieter guy, I think, but he's not.
Yeah, he just wasn't. He wasn't. Yeah, I get what you're
We
saying.
wanted him to do good because he was a hometown guy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like there, if he wasn't from Pitt, then none of us would have cared if he got.
Right.
I'm positive that none of us would have cared if he got traded. I mean, a little bit maybe, but
But I think it was, and I wouldn't call it a waste of a first round pick either, though, because the situation, like his mentality and the way how good he was and how he affected our team
yeah,
it affected the position the Steelers are standing right now before
yeah.
the draft, knowing that we could be Super Bowl
He
contenders.
was a clutch player. I mean, some of my favorite games to watch. I mean, the Raiders Christmas Eve
Right.
game, that game winning
Yeah, but
touchdown.
whenever you're holding your breath and tensing every muscle in your body every time he goes back to throw,
Yeah. Well,
it's
the thing
it's
is,
like
like, that's how Big Ben was his last 2 seasons. So I feel like it was kind of expected. But you're right. We need a quarterback who you're not
right.
getting freaking pain in your body just to watch him play. But
And there's no excuse for you saying I don't want competition, so I'm going to go be a backup the rest of my
no,
life.
yeah, no. But
So
yeah, whenever
I lost a lot of respect for
no,
him.
I did
I would
too.
say.
Exactly. Again, I was very mad when he left. I mean, I was texting everybody just saying how mad I was, and then I was talking to my
I was.
dad.
I mean, I wouldn't say I was super happy, but
Yeah,
I was okay with it. And
there
then
wasn't a part of me that was happy to be like at that time.
but
But
then after that, Elijah,
oh, hold
it
on.
was what?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're still
I
yapping.
was still yapping. Yeah, let me yap a
Okay, go
little
ahead.
bit. I was talking
That's
to my
fair.
dad, and he was like, "Well, I'm glad that Kenny Pickett left because between Russell Wilson and Kenny Pickett, who has the better percentage chance to win a Super Bowl?" He said Kenny Pickett has a 0% chance. Russell Wilson has a 10% chance, and that's I feel like it.
10% more than we had with Kenny.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So he was
Well,
like,
me and Elijah were talking about this too. Elijah wanted Kenny to start. I wanted Russell Wilson to start.
"Yeah,
And I said, arm strength, Russell Wilson. You're looking at leadership, Russell Wilson. IQ, Russell Wilson. Ability to escape a pocket, maybe Kenny, maybe Russell Wilson. Just being a better quarterback in general, it was Russell Wilson.
right."
And Kenny knew that,
And
but he didn't want to put up with it.
my
So
argument was that Russ was older, but anyway, yeah, you're right. Kenny just was being a baby, and I mean, when I learned about that Seattle thing, and then I really put past my bias between hometown kid, I'm like, yeah, maybe he really wasn't the best. Maybe he
right.
wasn't the best guy to have, and so now I'm happy, or I'm not happy.
Yeah,
I'm
and who knows? Best of luck to him. He'll
yeah,
pop off in Philly if you get the chance.
yeah. I mean, I feel like Pittsburgh they both are wrong. Pittsburgh was wrong. Kenny was wrong in it. They kind of messed up his development, but you know what? It's over now. Who cares anymore? It's just as
It's
fun
rust time,
as
bro.
yeah, it's Russ time or Fields time. But anyway,
Dangerous time.
yeah. Speaking of, right after that, on I think it was Saturday.
Saturday, like
Even it was
6 o'clock,
yeah,
7 o'clock.
Yep.
We traded for Justin Fields.
Yep. What do we?
For a literal maybe 60 cents in a bag of potatoes.
Honestly, we got
I
that
mean,
whole long special, bro.
It made the $100 fish sandwich look overpriced.
Yeah, exactly.
I sat there. I mean, I was just like sitting there. I was with friends and stuff, and I was like, "Holy crap! We just got Justin Fields."
Yeah. dude.
And I'm like, this is huge.
And
And then as soon as the trade happened, they released that he will be the
yeah, the backup,
backup.
but that's fine. Like,
But to learn from a guy like Russell Wilson is great, and Kenny didn't want that.
yeah,
Which I thought was like, okay, whatever. But Justin Fields, man, him and Pickens, bro,
yeah,
could be nuts.
they're already friends. They've hung out a couple times together. So
Yeah, I mean, you can already start to see kind of a bond between those two. So I'm excited to see Fields in a Steeler jersey on
Yeah.
the actual field.
yeah,
playing around.
it's. I mean, we just gave up a 6. It can turn into a 4th round, but we're not starting Justin Fields. It depends on his playing time.
What, 50% of the snaps?
Yeah, so it's like,
So barring an injury or Russell Wilson actually just sucking at his
Which
job,
is
which
very
I'm not
possible.
ruling that out.
yeah,
Um, coming from a Russ guy, it could be. This could be interesting, and even there, a 4th. I'm not complaining about that.
yeah,
But to fleece the Bears 2 times in 2 seasons,
yeah.
like if you told me we gave up Chase Claypool and a 6th round pick for Joey Porter Jr. and Justin Fields,
Yeah.
you would say I'm crazy. Madden wouldn't even accept that trade.
I tried the 6th
And-
round pick trade for Fields on Madden. It's not even
On Madden.
close. It's barely red.
Right? Yeah, you did send me that picture. Which, so I mean, this is incredible, and the biggest thing is Russell Wilson and Justin Fields contracts combined this season are for less than $5 million.
Yeah, but I do want to point out that though there are a lot of good things, there are some bad things. Russell Wilson, it may be a little bit washed, didn't have the best stats. Justin Fields hasn't really had the best stats other than his rushing yards. So
Justin
I mean,
Fields didn't have anybody in Sheffield.
no, you're right. And either way, I mean, you could argue that, you know, anything. You could argue anything, but the fact is, if we're talking about stats, maybe their stats weren't that great, and that's just a couple bad things. And then Justin Fields is a Bear, and the last time we had a Bear quarterback starting, you know what happened? We lost 2 games to the worst team.
I almost lost it.
Yeah. No,
Let's
you
just
did
put it
lose
that
it.
way.
No, you did lose it, definitely.
I
But
hate
yeah,
Mitch.
there's
I
just
hate you, Mitch.
no,
I'm joking. I love Mitch.
you don't. Stop lying. But anyway, just I know we're on like a high, you know, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, but you know, there's also some bad things. I don't really want to get on the same track as I did with Kenny Pickett when there was obvious bad things about his play style. And I was
Right.
very blinded by the hometown kid thing. So
But like you look at Pickett's highlights and it's like a 5 minute.
I know when the
Justin Fields is an athletic guy. He is. He
Yeah.
really is. And he can sling a ball when he needs to too. So
but
I'm excited to see what he can do.
one of the problems I also had was his highlight videos were just of him running majority of
Right.
the time, and I wasn't like
and
too happy.
Pickens is not going to have that.
Yeah, you know, but
So
we haven't really seen him throw. You're right; he didn't have any targets. So anyway, I feel like this is a good thing, and we're in the right direction. And we might be trading for big time receivers. So
yeah,
look out,
Brandon
NFL.
Ayuk for Justin Jefferson could be on the way. And just the last thing, it'll be interesting when the end of the season comes because Russ is on a 1-year deal, and this is the last year of Fields' rookie contract.
Mhm.
So there's a fifth. We could sign Fields on a 5th-year option. That's going to be worth, I think, $25 million.
Yeah,
And I don't know if
That.
you want to pay him that.
up for a
So
back.
depending on how the season goes, we could have both of them next year. We could have one of them next year. Screw it. We could have neither of them next year. Don't think that's going to happen. But we have some sort of flexibility. So I know we got to go through the entire season first, but I'm very excited to see my Steelers maybe win a playoff game.
Yep,
Hopefully.
And-
Hopefully playoffs.
playoffs. Yeah, maybe not just one game.
Because we're not the only team that got better in the AFC. We got
You're right.
scarier, but there's plenty of other people we still got to get ahead of. So
Yeah, also, real quick, I think we should give a 4.4 second moment of silence for Derek Watt and his retirement.
you're still on that.
All right, thank you.
Sorry. No, do it again. I won't be silent. Okay, that's
Great.
about it.
All right. He retired. I'm sad. I'll find a new guy. Don't worry.
We're bringing him back, bro.
We should.
After he sees that Connor Hayward goes,
Dude, yeah. What's Connor Hayward gets 1,000 yards this season with Arthur Smith?
rushing and receiving and passing.
Yeah. dude.
Arthur Smith is gonna make him like Taysom Hill on steroids.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I hope so. All right.
And anything else?
I don't.
Maybe. Oh, we signed Anthony Midget.
Who?
Anthony Midget. Anthony Midget. He is now the assistant secondary head coach.
Yep.
And that's
it.
our episode for today.
Season 3.
Go Steelers. Go Omar. We're cooking right now, bro. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for football season, which it already is. But the biggest thing, Elijah,
What's that?
is we only have like 4.5 weeks till the draft. And
Let's go.
I cannot wait for the draft. This
Yeah.
is probably, I think, one of the best draft classes we have seen in a while. Not just quarterback-wise. You're talking receiver-wise, cornerback-wise, safety-wise, offensive line-wise. This is an all-around great group of guys coming up. So,
Yeah.
start doing mock drafts.
Oh, I definitely.
Good luck if you did a March Madness bracket.
Yes. Good luck.
And I think that's about it.
That is. Yep.
So, thank you for listening. I'm Levi Jenkins alongside here with Elijah Coer, and this is The Huddle.
Thank you, Derek White. Peace.